Okay, I'm about 3 shades obsessed with this blanket stitch pattern. Isn't that nice? I made 2 little samples here so you could see how it looks with a light cool tone and a dark cool tone actually. But I am obsessed with this. It's sort of like a waffle pattern with an extremely easy braid. This is going to remain just like this, while throughout these areas here, it's going to change. It's a 2-row repeat. It will change every other row. This never will. Also with this pattern, I used a worsted weight, again, of course, my favorite, Red Heart Super Saver. I use a 5.5 millimeter hook. You can use any size yarn, any size hook. That will work for this. But for the sake of this tutorial, I am using Red Heart Super Saver, a worsted weight yarn, and a 5.5 millimeter hook. This is a very thick sort of blanket pattern. Even though you're just using one single strand, yeah, you're gonna get some really good thickness out of this, and it feels so squishy and soft. I love it. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the chain count for this pattern is going to be 45 plus 3. That means if you're new to blanket patterns like this, you're going to chain 45 chains over and over and over again. Each time, 45. At the end of your chain, when you have reached the width that you want, chain 3 more for your turning chain. So our chain count is going to be 45 plus 3. So I'm going to go ahead and chain a few with you, and I'll be back whenever I have 45. I'm only going to do 45 like this for just a sample size, just because I can't get more than that on camera. So I'll be back whenever I have my 45 plus 3. My 45. Now 3 on the end for my turning chain. There we go. Now in your count 4 chains back, I'm going to be working in the back bumps. You feel free to work in the side stitch if that's what you're more comfortable with, or the side of the chain. So I'm going to count 4 chains back, and in the 4th chain, I'm going to work a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to work double crochet in every chain to the end. Okay, that is our first row. Just working 1 double crochet all the way to the end. I'll be back whenever we are all done with that. Okay, so I've I've worked all of my double crochet to the end. Now another constant throughout this entire pattern is every row will start with a chain 2 for a half double crochet, and every row will end with a half double crochet at the top of the turning chain. So chain 2 for your half double crochet, which since it's counting as a half double crochet, we're not going to be working in this first stitch at all. In the first 2 double crochet, work a front post double crochet around each one of them. Come from behind the post if you're new to front post double crochet. Pull up a loop and work your double crochet. The next one over, do the same thing. Come from behind the post, pull up a loop and work your double crochet. Now in the next 2 double crochet, just work regular double crochet right into the tops of each stitch. Then repeat, work 2 front post double crochet, the next 2 double crochet over. There we go. Oops. There we go. Sorry about that. Now we work 2 double crochet like normal into the tops of each of the next 2 double crochet. We work 2 front post double crochet. This is not the repeat all the way to the end, so stick with me here for a second. Now we work 2 double crochet. As you can see, we have worked so far 3 groups of 2 front post double crochet. We need a total of 4 between each of our braided cabling sections. So let's do one more group, 1 and 2, just like that. Okay, now that we have completed our 4 groups of 2 front post double crochet all the way across. We will now work what I was referring to before as our cabling orders. And this is the part that's going to remain constant throughout the entire pattern. So you're going to work 2 back post double crochet, which if you're new to back post double crochet, it's just like working the front post, except for you're going to come around from behind. So you yarn over and you come from behind that post and pull up your loop. It's a little bit more tricky. Fortunately, we don't have to do it very, very often in this pattern. So you'll work 2 of those side by side. So that was 1, this is 2, just like that. Now you will work 1 front post double crochet. And one more time over the next 2 double crochet, we're going to work 2 back post double crochet. That's 1 and 2. Now we're going to work with treble crochet, and if you're new to treble crochet, it's extremely easy. It's just a really long double crochet. So you will yarn over once and twice. We're going to skip the next 3 double crochet, and in the 4th one over, work a treble crochet around the front post of this stitch. So you're going to pull up your loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. That's all there is to a treble crochet. Let's do that one more, well, actually 2 more times, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. So a total of 3 stitches of front post treble crochet, yarn over twice, come from behind that post, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Yarn over twice and do it one more time. Here's where, if you are new to this type of stitch, here's where it's going to get a little bit tricky. This is the worst of it though. It's not going to get harder from here. This is as hard as it's going to get. You're going to yarn over twice, as we're going to do 3 more treble crochet. We're going to work in the stitches that we skipped, starting with the furthest one over. I like to kind of push it forward, pull yourself back, holding on to your yarn so that you don't pull up too much slack. Come from behind around the back side of that post, because we are doing a post stitch. Pull up your loop and just pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Yarn over and get the next one over right here. Again, I squeeze my tension so that I don't get any more slack, because you don't want a loose floppy stitch. You want these to be nice and tight so that you can see them better. Pull up your loop, and there you go, complete your treble crochet. And then last time won't be quite so hard, but I still hold my tension. I don't like a loose cable at all, because if it's too loose, you won't be able to see all this definition. So that's why I do it like that. Okay, now we're going to mirror this side, where we're going to work in the next 2 double crochet over. We're going to work a back post double crochet in each one. The next one over, we work a front post double crochet, then a back post double crochet in each of those next 2. So let's work these 5 stitches together, starting with our 2 back post double crochet. That's 1 and 2, just a moment. Okay, that was our 2 back post double crochet. Now in the next stitch over, we work our front post double crochet. And the next 2 stitches over, get a back post double crochet. Now we're going to mirror everything else that we did on this side, starting from the very beginning. So we started off with 2 front post double crochet. That's what we're going to do over here. In the next 2 stitches after our back post, we're going to work 2 front posts. 1 and 2. Now we work 2 regular double crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. Then we work 2 front post double crochet. 1 and 2. 2 regular double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Oops. There we go. 1 and 2. Not having enough slack is the bane of my filming existence. Now we work 2 front post double crochet. 1 and 2. 2 regular. 2 front post. Now if you were at the end of your row, you would end it right here with your 2 front post double crochet, and then just work in the top of your chain here, your top of your chain 4, you would just work your half double crochet. But you're likely making a blanket. So at this point, what you would do is the cable border again, where you're going to work your 2 back post double crochet, 1 front post double crochet, 2 back post double crochet. Then you're going to work your cabling. Just rewind the video if you need a reminder on how to do that, but I'll quickly talk you through it if you're already at that point. You're going to skip the next 3 stitches and treble crochet in the next 3 stitches after your skipped 3. Then you're going to work 3 treble crochet in the stitches that you skipped, starting with the furthest one away. Then you're going to work your cable border again with your 2 back post double crochet, 1 front post, 2 back post to accomplish this appearance here. Okay, so you'll just work that all the way across, and when you do get to the end, you're going to work your half double crochet at the top of that turning chain. Okay, so moving along, let's go ahead and chain 2 for our half double crochet. Now, the easiest way to remember the 2-row repeat is wherever you see 2 stitches behind these stitches here, you work a regular double crochet. Just like that. Even though the last row, the first row we worked, we started off with 2 front post double crochet. Well, we're creating that sort of waffle effect. Wherever you see 2 stitches that appear to be sticking out at you, which are actually just regular double crochet, you're going to work front post double crochet. Okay, I see 2 stitches in the back, so I'm going to work those as regular double crochet. I see 2 stitches coming out toward me here. I'm going to work those as front post double crochet. And that is really all you have to remember whenever it comes to working this waffling sort of effect. I see 2 stitches in the back, so I work regular double crochet. You do this for a couple of rows, you're going to have it memorized real easy. I see these 2 stitches here kind of coming toward me a little, so I'm going to work 2 front post double crochet. I'm going to work 2 regular double crochet because these are in the back. And the same will be when we move up to the next row. It's going to look just exactly like that. Do you see? You're going to work front post double crochets here now and regular double crochets on the ones in the back, even though these are your front post double crochet from the previous round. But that's just how we create that effect. Now we have come up to our cable border. This remains a constant throughout the entire pattern. Nothing front, nothing back. It's always going to be that you want to keep these stitches in the background and keep this one front post double crochet always in the front. So whenever you're working the back of the blanket, these will become front post double crochet because that allows the front of the blanket to remain consistent where these are always in the back. Now we work 1 back post double crochet just to keep that consistent, and we're going to work these 2 as front post double crochet. There we go. And you can see how we have kept that consistent. Whether we're working the blanket the front way like this and we have to work these in the back, or we're working in the back of the blanket and we got to work these in the front, no matter what, we need to keep, because this is the front of the blanket. This blanket does have 2 sides. Here's what the back of it looks like. And here's the front. we need to make sure that whenever it's on the front side, these 2 stitches, sort of like channels, are always in the back, while this one here is always in the front. So that will be really easy to keep track of. Now, as far as our cabling goes, this is why I say this is super easy, especially if you're a beginner to cabling. All we now have to do is 6 front post double crochet, and that's it. No weird going under, doing, flipping around. Nope, just 6 back post double crochet. If I said front post, that was an error. So 6 back post double crochet in a row. That's 1. Come around, get this next one over. That's 2. Sorry, I have again, no slack on my yarn. There we go. Tilt it toward me a little bit so I can see easier. That's 3. And we're doing these all just in a row. 4, 5, and 6 are going to be hiding under these bars right here, because here is, in the back you can see 4, 5, and 6. So you got to kind of push it up just a little bit. But here is 4, 5, and 6. And that's it for that. Now we're going to continue our cabling border. So we're going to work 2 front post double crochet, 1 and 2, 1 back post double crochet. There we go, 1, and then 2 front post double crochet. Now we can move on to our regular pattern of wherever we see 2 stitches in the back, like pushed behind, pushed back, we work regular double crochet. 1 and 2. Now I see 2 stitches kind of coming out toward the front, so I'm going to work front post double crochet. And you know, it's really just that easy. But we're not done yet, because we're going to finish this cable, which is really, really easy. If you're an experienced crocheter, which you likely are, you're going to just laugh at how easy this cable is. And as you can see, I probably don't even have to instruct you anymore on how we, work the rest of this row. You know by now. If it's in, the stitches look like they're behind, we work a regular double crochet. If the stitches look like they're coming out the front, we work a front post double crochet. Just like that. Finish off with 2. I'm going to assume you're at the end of the row. Finish off with your 2 regular double crochet. And end with a half double crochet in the turning chain there of the chain 2. Okay, now we chain 2, turn our work, and we're going to repeat all of that again. I see 2 stitches coming out toward me, so I'm going to work 2 front post double crochet. Now I see 2 stitches in the background, so I'm going to work 2 regular double crochet. 2 stitches coming out toward me, I'm going to work 2 front posts. So I'm going to finish this up till I get to the cabling, and we'll go from there, okay? Just keep doing that. Wherever you see 2 stitches in the background, work regular double crochet. Wherever they're kind of coming out towards you, work front post double crochet. And just when you get to the cable border, follow it exactly how it looks. Don't change it at all. I see 2 back post double crochet and 1 front post double crochet, and that's exactly what I'm going to work is 2 back post, 1 front post, 2 back post. Okay, I'll meet you whenever we're ready to get to the cable. I have reached the portion of the cabling. I've worked my 2 back post double crochet, my front post double crochet, and my 2 back post double crochet for my cable border. Now, are you ready for this? Because this is complicated. We're just going to work 6 front post double crochet across, and that's it. I told you this pattern is so easy. This is one of those patterns you can do while watching a movie. You don't even hardly have to look at it. It's literally one of those, in my opinion, fan favorite type patterns that you just don't have to put a lot of mental effort into. Once you get the rhythm of how it works, it literally makes itself after a while. But yes, we're going to work 6 front post double crochet in a row. No twisting, no turning, just working 6 front post double crochet. Just like this. There we go. This yarn, it's trying my every nerve today, just every one of them. Okay, now we are at our next cable border. So we're going to work 2 back post double crochet to keep it consistent. 1 front post double crochet and 2 more back post double crochet. There we go. And now we continue on with our waffle pattern. So I'm going to work 2 front, because this looks like they're already coming out at me, I'm going to work 2 front post double crochet. Really, really easy stuff. 2 regular double crochet because those are sitting in the background. Now 2 front post double crochet. 2 regular. 2 front post. And here is where you would next start your next, after doing these 2, you're going to do 2 regular, 2 front post. Then you would begin your next series of cable borders, then cable, all the way to the end. But since I'm already at the end of my sample here, let's go ahead and end this round together, or row together, with a double crochet in the turning chain. There we go. Now we chain 2, we turn our work, and we work our waffle pattern per usual. I see 2 stitches in the background, so I work 2 regular double crochet. I see 2 stitches kind of jetting out toward me, so I work 2 front post double crochet. This is the repeat until we get, I'm telling you, this yarn today, it's a little humid, and that might be why it is catching on itself the way it is. But anyways, not important. Okay, work this, of course, work your waffle pattern until we get to our cable border, then work your cable border, of course, keeping it consistent where you want these 2 stitches to always be in the background, 1 front post, and then your 2 back posts. Then we will work our cables. I have worked my pattern up to the point that I have completed my border stitches. Now let's work those cable stitches, and once again we're going to work 6 back post double crochet across, all in a row. 1, 2, 3. Come on, now you 4. 5 and 6. Now, the next row up, we are going to go ahead and twist again. So another good way to memorize how the cabling works without you having to reference the video is the next 3 rows after we do our initial crisscross. Actually, I should go like that. Nope, it was like that. After we do our initial crisscross, the next 3 rows after that is just straight line front post double crochet, or back post double crochet. If the blanket is facing you backwards, then they're back post, but as long as all the stitches are in the front, regardless. Then on your 4th, so you start your initial, the next 3 rows is just front post double crochets or post double crochets in a row, no twisting, no turning. On the 4th one up is whenever we crisscross again, then those 3 rows start over again with 3 rows of just straight across front post or back post if the blanket is backwards, double crochet. On the 4th one, we crisscross. So you can see we have our initial cross, then 1, 2, 3, our initial cross, 1, 2, 3, our cross, 1. I ended at a 1. Okay, I hope I explained that okay. I kind of feel like maybe I didn't. All right, now we work our cable border of 2 back post double crochet to keep it consistent. 1 and 2, 1 front post double crochet, and 2 more back post double crochet, all to keep it consistent. Now we work our waffle pattern. I see 2 stitches in the background. I work 2 regular double crochet on top of them. Now I'm going to work 2 front post double crochet. And there we go. Just continue that all the way to the end. I'll meet you at the end. I've reached the end. I already worked my half double crochet into my turning chain. Then of course we chain 2 and we begin again. As you can see, I've got 2 stitches that look like they're kind of coming out compared to the ones next to them that are obviously in the background. So these get front post double crochet, regular double crochet, front post, regular front post, regular front post. Then we keep our border consistent. So we're going to work 2 back post, 1 front post, 2 back post. I'll meet you whenever we get to the cable. Okay, I've worked myself all the way up to my cabling section. And here we go. We're going to yarn over twice, skip the next 3 stitches, and over the next 3 stitches after that, we're going to start our cabling by working front post treble crochet. That's 1, 2, and 3. There you go. That's how it should be looking. Now we're going to catch the ones we skipped over, starting with this furthest away one right here. Yarn over twice. And there you go. Work your treble crochet. Get the next one over. And this is literally as complicated as this blanket gets right here. That's it. I love patterns like this. I really love this pattern a lot. I can't wait to hear the ideas you guys come up with for it in the comments. Now we're going to work our cable border. So to keep everything consistent, I'm going to work 2 back post double crochet, 1 front post double crochet, and 2 back post double crochet. There we go. Get that 1 and 2. Then continue on with the waffle stitch, the waffle looking stitch, as it's presenting itself. Front post, regular front post, regular front post, regular front post. Then you start your next cable border, then your next cable. After this row here, what you're going to do, you'll be working the back side of the blanket, and you're just going to work starting with the first 3 that present themselves, front post double crochet, front post double crochet in the first 3, and then a front post double crochet in the next 3 that are kind of hidden in the background here. But you just work them in a row as they are in order, and then you just continue on with your pattern. After that, you'll work another 2 rows of just straight front post double crochet over your cable. You can rewind this video as many times as you need to, but I have a feeling after working 2 of these, you're going to have it secured to memory. So leave me a comment. Let me know if you have, if anything about this was confusing, you need questions, you need me to clarify anything, I'm more than happy to, because I feel like this tutorial might have been a little bit sketchy. I'm not sure. And if you like blanket stitch patterns like this, I do a much better job explaining the one in this video right here. Okay? See you next time.